Is 100% commission really the best play? At first, it seems like a no-brainer, right? Keep all your money for the work you put in. Well, I'm here to dive a bit deeper into the concept of the 100% commission brokerage, and oh man, this is what I'm really passionate about. Let's dive right in. So I want to go ahead and give you my opinion first before leading you on the journey as to why I think what I think. My opinion is that the split matters way less than people think, and you may be leaving more money on the table, selling less property, and slowing the increase of your pipeline by being with 100% commission style brokerage. Now wait, if you're with this kind of brokerage and don't love my opinion so far, I'd urge you to continue listening and let me challenge you, and hopefully you do the same back. So I'll say it now and I'll say it again. We need this model for certain types of agents. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just alluding to it not being the right fit necessarily for a motivated, mastery-based person who wants to increase the chances at living the life that they want. Oh, and stay tuned at the end of this video. I'm going to provide a few major red flags of all types of brokerages that I've learned in my role. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm what you call a director of opportunity. Yes, I find, attract, and recruit talent for a living. Yes, I use the recruit word because that's what I do. I spend my days calling, consulting with agents, challenging myself and others. It's literally my job. So the precursor to all of this is that this is not a one-size-fits-all game. You may be at this style of brokerage and it works great for you, and that's okay. I just like to look at the whole picture. Conversely, you may be at a brokerage with a big split and it may be perfect for you as well, or maybe not. That's also okay. Like I said, not a one-size-fits-all game. So you see, most brokers and recruiters make a bold assumption that their brokerage is the best for all agents. Well, that's not a belief that I subscribe to. Don't get me wrong, I'm fully of the belief that for the right agent who's in the industry for the right reasons that fits our mold, there may be no better option than what we provide. If I didn't truly believe that, then that would be an awful choice for the job that I do. But what I believe is that we are not for everyone at my company and that everyone's not for us. And that's okay. It's what we call big thinking about business. We believe that the right agents for the right reasons create more productivity, therefore create more profitability from the business side, rather than just kind of welcoming everyone in the front door regardless of their work ethic, values, part-time, full-time status, morals, etc. Okay, now we've opened up our minds a bit, we've pulled down the walls, maybe left ourselves a little vulnerable. Let's get into why I believe the 100% commission model may be costing agents more than they realize. So two major models here, one being that 100% commission allows agents to keep their money with a transaction fee per deal, typically between $250 to $500. Then we have the commission split model where the broker keeps a certain amount based on the independent contractor agreement set in place when you were hired to work there. These are typically anywhere from 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, up to 95-5. Like in the case of my brokerage, we've got several options. So what you're hearing from me is that yes, you can keep all of your commission or you can give some away. So sign me up for the 100% club, right? Vince, I mean, that makes the most sense. Well, that, my friend, is the exact thinking that is why we see large volumes of agents at brokerages like this. So if we get to keep all our money, why are we not all at this kind of brokerage? Why do the major brands that exist with splits have hundreds of thousands of agents in their companies? Something must not line up exactly right. So here's my opinion on that. I believe that we don't work necessarily for money, but rather the life that the money can provide. We call this abundant life at my brokerage. Yes, I know that still doesn't help my point because you're not keeping all your commission. So let's go one level deeper. To generate income through sales, we need sales. We need productivity. So I'll give you the stat for my market in the Myrtle Beach area. Get this, the average transaction per agent in our major 100% commission brokerage is 4 times less than our brokerage that requires a split. In fact, all the major brokerages in our market that are not 100% commission are consistently double and triple the individual agent production. So why is it so important to look at individual agent production over total production? Well, that's simple. Transactions per agent is a much better report card of productivity in this scenario than overall brokerage volume, because 100% commission brokerages are typically double and triple in size of traditional split brokerages. So while a 100% commission brokerage may have the market share in overall volume with say 600 agents, and a traditional brokerage may sell just less in overall production with 150 agents, the smaller broker agents are making more money individually. This means they are giving themselves the best chance at living the lives they want to live. So this begs the question, why? Why do 100% commission brokerage agents agents sell so much less on average individually. Oh, and I'm not forgetting about those agents who sell a ton in this model. I know you're out there, and I'm going to get to you in just a moment, don't worry. Well, there could be a variety of reasons. So notice I said could be. I'm not targeting any brokerage, but rather this model overall with my opinion. The first major reason, in my opinion, in this model where commissions are not split is that the transaction fees have to add up to keep the brokerage afloat. This means you need as many agents as possible. In fact, it's hard to turn anyone down knowing how reliant the brokerage is on that $200, $300, $500 transaction fee each deal. It very quickly becomes a quantity game and not a quality game. So yes, I'll say it. I believe the quality of most, not all, agents in these models is lacking simply because the brokerage doesn't typically afford to turn anyone away. So there are definite reciprocating impacts from this. The major one being that the support, the branding, the marketing, none of it's really provided if agents aren't paying into the company to allow ownership to expand, grow with technology, community relations, things like websites and CRMs that you may be responsible for paying on your own. Here's another one, and this one hurts me the most. Without the funding for a staff and development, plus a combination of allowing everyone to join, you may be affiliating yourself with a brokerage that has some uneducated agents or agents who don't dedicate their time to this as a career that can cause poor experiences for the consumer. We all know who I'm talking about. In my market, this is the 4 tee times a week at the golf course guy, sells 2 to 5 houses a year and doesn't really care about the quality of the transaction. They just want to get their check. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I may be a license hanger one day myself in retirement whenever I'm old and could be like that guy, but it's not the brokers that I want to be affiliated with as a professional in this position in life. And it's definitely not the agents I'm looking for to help grow the company that I personally am a part of. So what this means is that you are now impacted by another agent's poor performance when the consumer, by way of word of mouth, the most powerful marketing tool in the world, is telling others about their experience. Even if they tell others not to call that agent specifically, the brokerage as a whole has been flagged, and that referral into the company from their family friend, their sphere, is very unlikely. So over time, this can create reputation and credibility issues. See where I'm going with this. Okay, so now on to the agent at the 100% commission brokerage who does on average, let's say 2 deals a month or 24 a year. So we got 2 things to consider here. We need to talk about transaction fees and production. Let's start with production. So how many deals are you leaving on the table by not having the development, the true past client care for referrals, support, the tech, the tools, the training, reputation, global branding, out-of-state referral opportunities, etc. Just by being with a brokerage that simply only values the commission model and not what we call creating mastery-based agents? I have a feeling you're leaving deals on the table. Let me simplify it. The only question agents should be asking yourself is, where will I have the best chance to sell the amount of property I need to live the life I want to live? That's the question. Even by the numbers, it's pretty interesting. I've had this conversation a lot, and almost every time the agent on the other end is very surprised at how these numbers shake out. So to the 24 closings a year agent at $500 per transaction fee, plus a $100 monthly fee, which is typical in our market, you'll have paid about $13,200 a year in transaction fees. And let's be honest, let's be really honest with ourselves. You would have probably done that production with very little support from your brokerage. Yes, there may be a class here or there or a sponsor program for new agents because you've got some stellar agents who volunteer their personal time. But I'm talking about formal processes and systems with coaching that allow you to grow your business. So back to that number, the $13,000 you've paid into the company. I'm with a major brand in the industry where my specific brokerage offers a 95/5 commission split and a one-time franchise fee a year of $410. That totals $12,590 a year. So yeah, less than what the agent at the 100% commission brokerage paid in. And you can pay that via commission split with a cap or monthly if you prefer, whichever is best, right? So we're a lot closer than people think. So now that we see these numbers, how do we make up for that 5% lost in commission, right? I'm still not at 100%. Well, you already know where I'm going with this. We sell more houses, simply put. Remember the data from earlier, 4 times as many houses in a year in my market based on the 2023 data. The large 100% commission brokerage in my market outsold the company I work for in overall production, but produced 4 times less per agent, meaning individual agents, families prospered less. So let's get drastic. Let's say you're at a company with a 50-50 split and your company sells 4 times more than the 100% brokerage. This is all data now. In this example, you sell 4 houses at 100% commission. Let's say it's a $10,000 check. So you're making $40,000. Now let's not even quadruple it. Let's just triple it. 4 times sounds like a lot. Let's say you sell 3 times as much at the 50-50 split. At $10,000 where you keep $5,000. So $5,000 at 12 deals is $60,000. So you mean to tell me you're willing to risk $20,000 before we even calculate the transaction fees because the data says you simply don't sell as much as these types of brokerages because of the lack of investment back into the agent. Now, I hate to say this, but it gets worse. The agent giving the 50% commission away has 8 more spheres of influence to tap into to generate their future referral business. Their business has an 800% more likely chance to multiply rapidly because of the past client care systems that are put into place by the brokerage that has the overhead to provide a staff and resources to allow for incredible past client care that you don't have to do all on your own. So in a world with thousands of brokerage models, luckily hundreds of thousands of other agents realize this and don't entertain this model for the sake of their long-term business. All right, I think it's safe to say I've gone in on this enough. I believe I've made my point, but I want to hear from you. I love respectful debate with open-mindedness and mutual respect. So reach out and let's talk more about this if it interests you. Let me know if it's not as simple as I'm making it. What did I miss? Let me know. And oh yeah, I did promise a preview of some future content to look out for when talking to brokerages about splits, etc. So just to keep you coming back for more, here's number 1, franchise fees. An 80-20 split with a 6% franchise fee per deal is not an 80-20 split. It's a 73-27. Do the math, people. Next, admin fees. Please do not stick your buyer with a $295 admin fee or office fee per deal because your broker or team lead requires it of you. If you're in that model, eat that money yourself, please. We're in the business of referrals here, and trust me, buyers notice those things. Third one, stock options. Do the math on the company's stock return versus what you could have in a safe S&P 500 investment or a compounded investment account over time. That's a bit gimmicky for me. And last but not least, recruiting rewards. Demand the data and the dollars paid out to agents who recruit others to the company. You may be very, very surprised at the small percentage and amounts outside of those top 50 mega stars that you were sold on when joining that brokerage. So again, in closing, it's all about the right fit for you, and I hope this gets you thinking about the environment that you are in today. Remember always, we may go fast alone, but we go so much farther together. Do something kind for someone today, and thanks for taking the time to rise up in real estate.